is the list of some important endocrine gland, hormones released by them, and the functions performed by these hormones. Now, see here the first gland, thyroid gland, as we already discussed, it releases thyroxine and calcitonin hormones. Thyroxine, it regulates metabolism and temperature of the body, while calcitonin, it inhibits release of calcium from the bone. So, as age increases, calcitonin its percentage decreases and body or the bones becomes fragile as there is a lot of release of calcium from the bones. Then another gland is parathyroid. Parathyroid, it releases parathyroid hormone and it stimulates the release of calcium from the bone. While islet cells, which are present in pancreas, these releases two hormones, insulin and glucagon. Insulin, it decreases blood sugar by promoting uptake of glucose by cells, while insulin decreases blood sugar, while glucagon increases blood sugar by stimulating breakdown of glycogen in the liver. We know glycogen, it is a storage polysaccharide of the animals. While testes, male sex hormone, it releases testosterone and it regulates sperm cell production and secondary sex characteristics, while ovaries, female sex hormones, female sex bodies, ovaries, these are releases estrogen and progesterone. Estrogen, it stimulates egg maturation and also controls secondary sex characteristics, while progesterone, which is also present in female, and it prepares the uterus to receive a fertilized egg. Adrenal medulla, it releases two hormones, epinephrine and norepinephrine. Epinephrine, formerly called as adrenaline, and norepinephrine, it is called as noradrenaline. Now, these hormones, if you see here, it's written as these are fight and flight hormones because they give fight and flight response. Now, what do you mean by fight and flight response? These hormones are the crucial part of body's fight and flight response, but because sometimes when there is acute stress, tension is there, then nervous system is activated and there is a sudden release of these hormones, epinephrine and norepinephrine, and because of that sweating, then heartbeat fasten, we start breathing faster and our entire body becomes very tense and we are ready to take some action, like if we see some snake. So fright causes the brain to send signals to the renal glands which start pumping large amount of these hormones and our body start reacting to these. While adrenal cortex, this hormone, this gland, it releases glucocorticoids. It is also a part of stress response, increase blood glucose levels and decrease immune response. While aldosterone, it regulates sodium content in the body, and the next gland is the pineal gland, which releases melatonin hormone and it controls or regulates the sleep cycles as well as reproductive cycles in many mammals. So, this is a melatonin hormone. Now, we will see now. Till the time we have discussed what do you mean by hormones, its definition, and these are secreted by endocrine glands. What do you mean by endocrine glands? How many types of endocrine glands are there? So all we discussed. Now let's see the classification of hormones. Actually, classification of hormone, it is quite complex, and hormones may be classified in many ways based on their characteristics and function. So hormones are mainly classified into four categories. The first category is according to chemical nature. Second category is on the basis of mechanism of action of hormones. Mechanism of action. Then third category is on the basis of stimulation of endocrine glands, because hormones are released from endocrine glands. So on the basis of stimulation of endocrine glands, hormones are classified. And fourth category is according to the nature of action. See here, hormones are classified based on their chemical nature. Means from which chemicals they are made up of. Then second is what is the mechanism of their action in the body. Then based on the stimulation of endocrine gland and based on the nature of action. Remember, mechanism of action and nature of action, these are the two different things here. So these are the four categories in which hormones are classified. On the basis of these, hormones are classified. Now let's see one by one categories. Now first we will see the first category, that is category 1, in which hormones are classified based on the chemical nature. Now here the hormones can be categorized in the 6 different forms based on their chemical nature. Now the first is steroid hormones. As per name, these hormones are made up of lipids which basically derived from cholesterol, and we know cholesterol is a steroid. So these hormones, as these are derived from steroids or cholesterol, these hormones are called as steroid hormones. Example, testosterone, estrogen, progesterone. So all these sex hormones are the steroid hormones. Second type is amine hormones. Now as per name, these hormones are made up of amines. Amine hormone are mainly, these are the derivative of amino acid tyrosine. All these amine hormones, these are the derivative of amino acid tyrosine. Example are thyroid hormones, that is T3, T4, and just now we saw the fight and flight responses are given by epinephrine and norepinephrine. These are also amine hormones because these are made up of amines. Then third is peptide hormones. Remember, amines and peptides are different. Amine hormones are made up of amino acids, mostly single amino acid, and all of we know peptide means when two or more amino acids are joined through a covalent bond, which is called as peptide bond. So peptide hormones, these hormones are made up of few amino acids and these are present as a simple linear chain. And here in peptide hormone, a very few amino acids are present, not like protein. In protein, large number of peptides are there and large number of amino acids are there. But in peptide hormones, either 7 to 9 amino acids are joined with each other through the peptide bonds. For example, oxytocin and vasopressin both consist of only 9 amino acid residues. So these are made up of only 9 amino acids which are connected with each other through the peptide bond. While the next is protein hormones. These hormones are also made up of amino acids but which are much more in number. Not few numbers but which are much more in numbers. They represent primary, secondary and tertiary structures. We have already discussed what do you mean by primary, secondary and tertiary structure of proteins. Example of protein hormones are insulin, glucagon and STH. These are the, it should be TSH. Now, next is, I guess it is STH only, glycoprotein hormone. These hormones are glycoprotein in nature. We have already discussed what do you mean by glycoproteins. They are conjugated protein where carbohydrate groups are either mannose, galactose and fructose. LH, follicle stimulating hormone and thyroxine stimulating hormones. These are the example of glycoproteins. Now the last type of under this category is eicosanoids hormone. Now eicosanoids are small fatty acids derivative with a variety of arachidonic acid. So under this, the example of this is prostaglandin. Now here let me check what do you mean by STH. I am sorry because I have not came across this STH. So I guess it is a TSH only. So these are the according to chemical nature: steroid hormones, amine hormones, peptide hormones, protein hormones, glycoprotein hormones and eicosanoids. Only one thing remember, don't get confused between these three. Amine hormones are mostly made up of a single amino acids. These are the derivative of tyrosine. Okay. In peptide hormones, either 7 to 9 amino acids are joined with each other in the peptide bonds. While in protein hormones, large number of amino acids are joined and they form a primary, secondary and tertiary structure like proteins also. So this is the classification of amino acids based on their chemical nature. Now let's discuss the another category, that is category 2. Hormones are also classified based on the mechanism of action. When hormones are secreted through the endocrine glands, they enter into the bloodstream and they go to the target cell or the receptors. But when they reach to the receptor, what is their mechanism of action? Based on that, there are two types of hormones. One is group 1 hormone and another is group 2 hormones. So now let's discuss about group 1 and group 2